winner together, and the team from LA went up to the Bay and stunned the reigning champs with a Game 1 win. So now a chance for the Warriors to respond.
Yeah, they had to, or face the prospect of coming south here to L.A. in an 0-2 hole. Anthony Davis dominant in Game 1 with the first 30-20 game in the playoffs for the Lakers since Shaquille O'Neal in 2004. Davis, 30 points, 23 rebounds, and 4 blocks in Game 1. Anchored the Lakers' defense, kept the Warriors from doing much inside in Game 1. You saw the last 15 teams lose Game 1 at home and won Game 2. Kevon Looney dealing with an illness, so JaMychal Green in the starting lineup. Warriors will take any points they can get from their bigs, and Green with a 3. He had 3 triples in this game, matched career playoff high with 15. Warriors up 3, but LeBron James came out firing as well. Puts the Lakers up 2. And then later, just over a minute to go in the first, James wrapping up a big quarter. 6 of 8 from the floor. Lakers up 6 there. Final seconds of the first, Lakers up 5. James pulling up, knocking it down. First quarter in double figures in these playoffs for James. He had 14 in the first. Lakers up 7 after 1. Early second quarter. Stephen Curry whips it to Dante DiVincenzo, hits the 3. Warriors 38 assists on their 48 buckets. They cut the lead to 2. Later in the quarter, Curry with a steal. Gonna wait patiently for Klay Thompson to get there and spot up, knock it down. Warriors take the lead. Less than 9 minutes to go in the second. Curry gets a layup to go. He's more facilitator than scoring in this game. Warriors up by 3. They shot 51% as a team. Later in the quarter, shot clock winding down. James able to track down the loose ball. And 3 more of his 21 in the first half. Had just 2 points in the second half as the game got away from the Lakers, but it was tied at 40 there. Thompson, playoff Klay, activated. Warriors up 7. Thompson again. 19 in the first half. Warriors outscored the Lakers 41-23 in the second. They were up 11 at the half. Anthony Davis had that huge Game 1. Struggled in the first half of Game 2. 3 turnovers in the first half to go with just 4 points. 0 for 5 in the first half on contested shots. 0 for 4 with Draymond Green on him. Had 11 points and 7 rebounds for the game, and the Warriors will take that every single time. Let's go early third quarter now. Warriors up 15 and looking to extend it. They get it to Thompson again. Splash! Warriors 21 of 42 from 3. That's 50%. They came back for 43 more points in the third quarter. And then JaMychal Green from Curry. Curry with 12 assists in the game. His most in the playoff game under Steve Kerr. Also chipped in with 20 points. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. The Warriors up 20. It's Thompson again off the screen. Got an ovation as he came out. Scored 30 points, 6th career playoff game with 8 3-pointers. That's the most all-time. The Warriors up 23. And by the end of the third, it was all over. Curry. Warriors have hit 42 threes in the first 2 games of this series. Dell's just got to shake his head. Warriors roll 127-100 to even the series at a game apiece.
How are you guys able to be so dominant tonight?
Well, we realized we let one go in Game 1, and we've been having to bounce back all year from adversity, and not a better group to do it with than these guys. So came out, our offense was flowing, turnovers were low, hitting open man. We keep it simple. The floodgates can open.
We play with more force. We play with more force on both sides of the ball. The ball didn't stick. We moved the ball and got everybody involved in the offense, and that was big for us. You know, when we're moving the ball like that, everybody's involved. It makes us a lot tougher to guard.
You know, we knew we were going to do that. That's what a championship team does, and you know, they held serve on their home court tonight, and we got to obviously see the adjustments they make. We got to make our adjustments coming into Game 3.
So, I mean, I took all the same shots I took in Game 1. You know, just missed them. We'll be better. I'll be better. You know, making those shots. You know, get back home on our home floor, and try to take care of business.
So Thompson drops to 30, and the Warriors win 24 coming off 3-pointers. His personal record is 76-15 in his career when he scores at least 30 points. That's the best record by any player in NBA history. Let's delve into Game 2 some more with Stephen A. Smith, who joins us in the studio. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
When this series began, rightfully so, we talked a lot about Steph Curry and LeBron James, but so far the central figures have been Anthony Davis and Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson in Game 2, what impressed you most about his performance?
Well, he needed to show up. He needed to show up and look like Klay Thompson. That's exactly what he did. He dropped 30. He was hitting threes from all over the place. There was no hesitancy on his shot at all, and that's what you need to see from Klay Thompson. Remember, they're going to key on Steph Curry.
Yep.
When he's off the ball, you're going to have somebody face guarding him at all times, no matter how many times they have to switch just to keep an adversary in his face. If he's got the ball in his hands, they're going to try to pressure him 94 feet, try to drain him out. He needs help. And the help needs to come from his splash brother teammate, which is Klay Thompson. When Klay is flowing, obviously that makes life easier for Steph and the Golden State Warriors. They get off. In the case of Anthony Davis, listen, in even and odd number games, believe it or not, 1, 3, 5, another game won in the Western Conference Series. He's averaging like 28 and 17 on 55% shooting. In those even number games, it dips to like 13 points, 11 rebounds on 39% shooting. Coming into Game 2 tonight, this is what you have to worry about with Anthony Davis. I knew when he played 45 minutes the other night, he was going to have some trouble tonight.
Was that just an off night for him, or do you think it was something that the Warriors did to limit his effectiveness?
No, I'm going to say it was an off night because he had plenty of opportunities inside and a little bit extended beyond the paint where he was wide open and just couldn't drain shots. He didn't look like he had the legs under him. He certainly didn't look enthused about playing. And obviously, when he looks like that, it compromises the success of the Los Angeles Lakers. And it most certainly did tonight, as you can see.
Yeah, this one got away from him, but they get the split in the Bay. Coming back home, what are the adjustments Darvin Ham needs to make to regain home court advantage?
Well, the number one thing is you got to get rest for Anthony Davis. Make sure he's got his massage. Make sure he's got his pedicures. Make sure he gets his any kind of therapeutic medicine that you can provide. Make sure he gets that. Make sure he's ready for Game 3 because LeBron James can't do but so much compared to what he did in the first half in Game 2. But the other parts are going to have to step in and help out. D'Angelo Russell, Hachimura, obviously Austin Reeves. They're going to have to be factors in this series offensively because no matter how much you stymie the Golden State Warriors, they've shown you repeatedly throughout the years that spurts are coming. Even when they're struggling offensively, even if it's just for a few minutes, they're coming. You have to be ready, and you have to be ready for that onslaught, and only way you can deal with it is to be able to put points in the hole yourself. That's what the Lakers have to be ready to do.
All right, Game 3 Saturday here in Los Angeles. You sticking around?
I'm sticking around.
All right, we'll talk to you again soon then.
No doubt.
Steph Curry is sticking around after his 20-point, 12-assist performance. Here he is at the podium.
There's a point of emphasis on trying to get the ball in my hands a little bit more to start, but the rest of it's just kind of read and react, taking what's there. They obviously had a game plan, and we tried to make adjustments, and I'm sure that'll continue throughout the rest of the series. And that's the beauty of what we can do is playing a lot of different ways. Trying to create good offense a lot of different ways, using gravity. But that was connected with our defense and the emphasis on not fouling, trying to make them earn everything they got on that end of the floor. Obviously, Bron came out hot, hit some tough jumpers early, but we stuck with the game plan and played to our favor.
You mentioned, using gravity. Just what does going small, having that extra floor spacing do for you guys, especially against a team with the Lakers' size?
You got to give up something. It's hard to be everywhere. All the what's that movie or show that? Yeah, I think it's part of again how we're using our strengths to our advantage. Pick and roll. You got to give up something. So as long as we're decisive and the floor is spaced properly, you usually can find a good shot, and then you just got to knock them down. So Jamaica was huge coming in, being aggressive, being in the right spots. Obviously, Klay got going early. We found him in transition and in the half court. Draymond was amazing in the pocket. The Sacramento series, we found some success there. Then they tried to respond to that, and we figured that out. So I assume that'll happen with LA. Same kind of vibe, but we'll have an answer for all of it.
Steph, obviously the last playoff win you guys had, you scored 50, and it was a big deal. But does the TCC in you like these type of wins where it's up and down the lineup, all these people contributing, you only take 12 shots. Do you get a special satisfaction out of that?
I do, but I like to shoot too. So just finding ways to be impactful and be aggressive. And whatever's working, sticking with that until you have to do something different. So we're capable of playing a lot of different ways. I'm capable of playing a lot of different ways. As long as we're just creating open shots, no matter who's taking them. And obviously tonight I didn't have a lot of open ones for a reason, and make the right decision. Ball finds the right person, and good things happen.
Steph, Draymond mentioned that Klay was particularly pissed off after last game. Did you see that? Do you get a feeling what that might mean? And do you? I know all playoff series are big, but obviously it's Lakers, it's a team he's not. None of you guys have played in the playoffs for, and he specifically hasn't played his childhood team. Do you sense some sort of added significance for him because it's the Lakers?
Yeah, he talked about it before the series and how excited he was. I don't know whether he's pissed off at shots or the loss or both or all of it. He's a competitor, and he takes that stuff personally in terms of his performance and how he plays, and he's been that way his whole career. So whatever added fuel to the fire you need for him, whether that's the matchup itself or the personal history of fandom that he had, and now is a guy that's trying to chase his fifth championship. Like, all that stuff matters. We got to find motivation to keep the fuel going. So whatever motivates him, I love it.
JaMychal mentioned the speech you gave before Game 7 helped kind of get him out of his feelings a little bit. Was that in some ways kind of the purpose of it? And just what did you think of what he's done in this series?
We talk about it a lot in the sense of it's really difficult at times for a lot of guys to keep confidence in themselves, to trust that the work that you're putting in on a day-to-day basis to keep yourself ready and in shape and your skill set sharp, that it'll pay off, because you don't know when it's going to be. And historically with our team, around our core, we talked about it, there's guys that always find a way to step up at the right times. And, whether you need that reminder or just that message that it's gonna happen. I'm glad it worked, and I'm glad that he took it to heart, and it's a big part of who we are as a team and our identity and our culture. And like I said, it's just not. I know it's not easy. So credit to him to staying ready, staying sharp mentally, confident in himself to knock down those shots and take what the defense was giving him. And that's him being professional and taking advantage of the opportunity.
Steph, with the 12 assists tonight, should we be calling you Magic Curry now?
Nah.
Do you take an extra pride in doing things in a traditional way, even if you're not a quote unquote traditional point guard?
I mean, the labels and all that stuff, I don't ever get into it, just because labels usually demean or kind of try to bottle up greatness in the sense of what we try to do on a night-to-night basis. So, like I said, we do it a lot of different ways. I try to do it a lot of different ways. How you want to describe it or label it doesn't matter to me. It's just when you watch us play, you know how we do things and how I try to impact games. Again, whether it's shooting 38 times or shooting 12 and trying to find what the defense is giving you. So I'm going to continue to do that and try to figure out my aunt, she sends me some amazing stuff from game to game, and she talked about just, you're always trying to solve the Rubik's Cube every game, and it starts in a different place every time, so you're just trying to figure it out, and that's the beauty of basketball and the way that you see it. So I love that part of the game, and I have the ability to do a lot of different things in a lot of different ways.
Steph, today.
Well, the Warriors have hit 21 threes in Game 1 and in Game 2. They joined the 2016 Cavaliers as the only teams in postseason history with 21 three-point field goals in consecutive games. Their 42 threes over the past 2 games are tied for the second most in a 2-game span in NBA postseason history.